right, if you're with us online, go and start to set up your space, get your equipment ready. We're going to get started here in the next minute or so. See you soon. All right, welcome back to Pump. Week 2, nice. 6th of the way through the class, killing it. This is your first time with us online. Thanks for being here. If you look underneath the video you're watching right now, you'll see the description, all the movements, equipment you'll need for the day. If you're ever here in person, I have the equipment that you need in the top right corner, as well as the movements underneath of that we're doing today. As online, you could see from the title and in the class on the board, today is a heavy day, with the caveat of that, if anything you're not familiar with, you haven't been in the class very long, or you're not familiar with the movements, there's no need to have to go heavier. Just go ahead and do those movements normally as you would, okay? That's just kind of an option. If you've been here a while, you can transition, and we'll sometimes have heavy days or more cardio days, things like that you can switch it up with. Format of this class, if this is your first time, we'll have a 6-minute warm-up at the start after I go over all the movements that we have. The workout is going to be 4 rounds. Each round consists of 2 movements that will superset 4 times. What that looks like is we'll do movement 1 for 30 seconds, right into movement 2 for 30 seconds. That's one set. We'll repeat that again, movement 1 for 30 seconds, movement 2 for 30 seconds. That's the second set. We'll do 4 sets total. That's 1 round complete. You'll get a minute rest. We'll move on to round 2. And then at the end, we'll have a cool down stretch routine, send you on your way. Today, first movement we got, heavy dumbbell squat, and you can do a drop set if you want. Basically, all a drop set is you're going so heavy that maybe you can't do the full 30 seconds with that weight, so you have to drop one of the weights, cut that weight in half, keep going as much as you can. If you need, you can drop that weight again, go to air squats, body squats. But for this one, just taking your dumbbells, kind of bringing them up. So if they're heavier, sometimes it's easy to throw them up with your leg if you need to. Basically, just holding them up about shoulder height, and basically same thing that we did previous week, those same types of squats, all the same things we're being really intentional about. If you are going heavier, remember, then you're probably going to be going a bit slower. Make sure you're really controlling that movement, staying slow and controlled with it, okay? Sometimes when we tend to go faster, we tend to let that weight move into that joint to get a little bit of that momentum coming back up out of it. So don't rush the movement, go slow and be strong with it. If you're at home, don't have weight, you can do body weight squats or plyometric squats. You can do jump squats, okay? Next one we got is just taking either, you can take one of those weights, turn it sideways, or have different weights, but going right into bicep curls, okay? If you're at home, when we have bicep curls, you can do it manually if you don't have weight, of a bicep curl and a tricep extension at the same side. Feel free to do one side, go back to the other movement on the next time around, switch to the opposite side, so you're hitting the opposite bicep and tricep each time. Next one we have in here is the heavy RDLs, supersetted with the bent over rows. So remember, with this one, you can create your own ratio. With those RDLs, we're really focusing on keeping that tension in the glutes. Those glutes stay active, stay strong. If you're finding it difficult to keep your glutes active during that movement, think of twisting your feet out, twisting your knees out. As you squeeze your glutes, it's going to help you engage your glutes a little bit more, okay? Pushing those hips back, letting that chest drop down. Once you get to wherever that end range of motion is, you can do row, and then come back up out of that RDL. Again, ratio is your own. You can do all of one, all of the other, or you can split it up 2 and 5, 3 and 4, whatever you want to do as far as that ratio, if you want a little bit more upper body or lower body work. Next one we got right after that, tricep extensions. You can either, same thing, use a single one of those heavier weights you had if the weight is right for you, or you can grab a lighter weight, right into that overhead tricep extension. From here, make sure that those elbows, we don't have one like popping out to the side. I'm exaggerating it. But we also don't want to have one arm shrugged. Really try to pay attention to that symmetry, okay? Really focus on that stretch to the triceps and then that contraction on the way up. Good to see you. Come on in. Grab a mat. You can be anywhere. Let's see. We can make room for a 6, or you can hop in on the front. It's whatever everybody wants to do. With the tricep extensions, you can also switch it up. So being in that bent over row position, pull those elbows back, and extend those arms, flexing the back of the tricep. If you're doing that one, when you come down forward, stop at about 90 degrees, okay? We don't need to go any more forward because that's just resting that tricep. You can do that one at home for the tricep extensions without weight, or you can go into that manual that we were just doing before. Next one we got is going to be kettlebell swings. I'll let it be up to you which version of kettlebell swings you want. So when we have a kettlebell swing, basically the weight's in the front, we're pushing the hips back, basically just like that RDL, and then using those glutes, pushing those hips forward. That forward momentum is what's moving that weight out in front, and then you bring it back down, load the glutes. The glutes should be on the entire time, shouldn't be resting at all in this movement, okay? Other biggest thing, we don't want to shrug. So when we come forward, if we are, so two versions, American, basically you're bringing the weight fully up overhead, adding a little bit more upper body work into that, or you can go in the Russian, and that's just letting the weight go as far as that lower body can power it up, okay? When you're doing that, we want to make sure we're not shrugging, shortening the distance between the ears and the shoulders, okay? Really be sure to keep those scapula back and down on those kettlebell swings. If you're at home, go ahead and do burpees. It's a great movement that kind of mimics a similar one, and it's always burpees if you don't have the kettlebell. And you can also use a regular dumbbell for that if you don't have a kettlebell. Next one we have is knee to elbows. So basically you're in a plank position and you're just bringing the knees up, crunching through the obliques, bringing that knee up to that elbow. You can also turn that into a Spiderman push-up if you want. So basically all you're doing is that same movement, but you're doing a push-up as you bring the knee up to the elbow, then press yourself back up, okay? Next one we got is laying on the floor chest press. So this one can be easiest if you keep your weights on the side and you just kind of pull them back with you. From here, the biggest thing, pull those shoulder blades back and down. You're going to lift that low back off the ground. Elbows at about a 45. Chest stays up. Pressing through that chest. Control it on the way down because we don't want to smack our elbows into the floor. And then pressing back up. Let's all drop down and do this one real quick. So go ahead, lay onto your backs. Biggest thing about this one, remember, pull those scapula together and then wiggle those scapula down towards your glutes a little bit. So you're going to get that low back off the floor just a little bit. That chest will be rolled up. Elbows be at about a 45. We don't want them high and wide. We want them, keep that chest up though. We don't want to let the chest deflate, collapse, and let the shoulders round forward when we push, okay? Keep that chest in that position. When you push, that chest is still staying up, still staying active and engaged. Nice job. When you come down, when you're doing that movement and have weight, you'll feel a bit of stretch in that. Biggest thing is you get tired. If you're here, don't let those elbows start to come high and wide, okay? Keep those elbows low so you can keep that chest doing that main push, all right? If you're at home, you don't have weights, you can do push-ups for that one if you want. Next one we have are, we're bringing back the leg drops that we did last class, so we're just going to work on those ones a little bit more. Remember, laying on our back, low back, press flat into the floor. That's how you know that core is in control of that movement. You lift those legs up. Only lower them as far down as you can with keeping that low back in contact with the ground. If you feel that low back starting to disconnect or you're losing the stability through it, don't go any lower. Bring it back up. If that movement's really difficult, feel free to do one leg at a time. Slowly develop the strength to move through a two-legged movement of that, okay? Any questions? All right, let's rock and roll. If you're online, you have any questions, go and drop them in the chat for me. We're going to get started with our warm-up. Oh, yeah. All right, starting with those jumping jacks. A pelvic floor is up and in, that core is strong. Remember, always want to keep that brace. First round of the warm-up, we're not overly pushing it. If you want to lower the impact on those joints, you can be right here. I won't hear it whenever anybody says your name, and I won't feel it even when I'm bursting into flames. I don't regret the day I left. I don't believe that I was blessed. Air squats, pushing those hips back and down, knees in line with those toes. Those glutes are staying on that whole time. Knees in line with the toe. Don't let the weight shift on the feet, even from front to back, left to right. Don't lose that brace. Marches, drive that knee out in front. Remember to try to use that core. Crunch that core on every knee drive. alternating. Weight's even on that front leg. That knee stays in line with that toe. Keep that glute on. Stay braced. Arm circles. Really try to keep that chest squared. Don't want a lot of rotation in it. Really reach through the full range of motion of that shoulder. Reverse. Inchworms into push-ups. Don't round that low back, bend those knees. You need to walk out. You can do one push-up, you can do 3 or 4. You can hold that stretch longer, you can have a bit shorter. Listen to your body, what it needs here. Jumping jacks, round 2 of that warm-up. Starting to pick up that tempo. Maybe closer to 60 with 70% effort. Stay braced. I don't know why, it makes me giggle every time when it stays just perfectly on the beat. I can't help it. Air squats. We're picking up that tempo, but we're still maintaining control at the bottom. Those glutes are on. Arches are strong. Marches. Keep that core engaged. You can try to think of like 60% of that lift or more coming from the core. Lunges. Alternate, you can add that rotation towards that knee that's in front. You gotta remember it's a slow, controlled open and close. Find that little bit of stretch in that twist. Shoulder stays squared, chest stays open. We're not collapsing in that twist. Staying up and open. Arm circles. Really reach. Reverse. Inchworms into those push-ups. Push-ups keep those scapula back and down. Strong, chest stays up. Elbows at that 45. Take a break. 1 minute. And we're starting with those heavy squats. Remember, optional drop set here. If you are going heavier, remember moving a little bit slower, a little bit more controlled. Supersetted with those bicep curls. So So if you're just gonna use one of the same weight sideways, feel free. If you need a secondary weight, feel free to grab it. Whenever you're doing heavy movement, feel free on that first set, do half the weight. Get that last warm up in there before you jump into that full amount of weight. All right. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Glutes are on, knees in line with those toes. Stay braced. Bicep curl. Heavy squat, set 2. All those same things as the warm up. Bicep. Heavy squat. Woo. Set 3.
With sweet, I didn't blink, I let it in my eyes. Like an exotic dream, the radio playing songs that
Bicep.
I have never heard. I don't know what to say. Oh, not another word. Just la 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 la. It goes around the world. Just la 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 la. It's all around the world. Just la 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 la. And everybody's singing la 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 la. And now the bells are ringing la 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 la. La 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 la.
Heavy squat. Keep that quality. Stay braced. Bicep. Woo. Take a break. Nice work. Heavy RDL, supersetted, that bent over row. Paired with those tricep extensions. overhead or the kickbacks. 20 seconds. Grab a drink, get a little movement. We're about to start. In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Glute is the main mover in that RDL. Keep those scapula back and down.
Story of my life, searching for the right, but it keeps avoiding me. Sorrow in my soul, cause it seems like wrong, really loves my company. He's more than a man, and this is more than love. The reason that the sky is blue, the clouds are rolling in, because I'm gone again. And to him I just can't be true. And I know that he knows I'm unstable, and it kills him inside to know that I'm happy.
Tricep.
I can see him dying. I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna be the reason why. Every time I walk out the door, I see him die a little more inside. I don't wanna hurt him anymore. I don't wanna take away his life. I don't wanna be a murderer.
Stay braced here. Scapula strong. RDL. Bent over row. Woo. Remember your own ratio. Tricep.
Story of my life, searching for the right, but it keeps avoiding me. Sorrow in my soul, cause it seems like wrong, really loves my company. He's more than a man, and this is more than love. The reason that the sky is blue, the clouds are rolling in, because I'm gone again. And to him I just can't be true. And I know that he knows I'm
RDL. Bent over row.
Woo!
Let's go, y'all. Tricep. RDL. Last one. Glutes on. Tricep. Stay braced. Keep that quality. Take a break. Woo, Nelly. Oh. Nice job, Yost. That was tough. It's like when you use your arms too much and you try, you're like, I can't grab it, my shirt. All right, kettlebell swings. And those knee to elbows. You want more chest? Yes. Really think of using that core, crunch that oblique in. If you want more chest, upper body added, you can throw a push-up in as you bring that knee up. 15 seconds. Regretting my choices. In 5, 3, 2, 1, kettlebell swing. Russian or American, up to you. Stay braced. Glutes should be on the whole time. Knee to elbow. Good luck holding yourself up. Kettlebell. Woo. Knee to elbow. Kettlebell. We got this. Knee to elbow. Kettlebell. Knee to elbow. Last one. Take a break. Killing it. Last one. Last round. Remember, control on the way down. Don't let those elbows hit the floor. Power is coming from the chest. That's where you should be feeling that push, that squeeze. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. On your way down, your wrists and hands should be in line with your sternum. Leg drops. Floor press. Leg drops. Pelvic floor up and in. Embrace. Shoulder blades back and down. Low back pressed into the floor. Floor press. Half the battle's getting into position. Leg drops. Almost there, y'all. Let's go. Stay with it. Floor press. Last one. Come on.
With sweet, I didn't blink, I let it in my eyes. Like an exotic dream, the radio plays songs that I have never heard. I don't know what to say. Oh, not another word. Just la 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 la. It goes around the world. Just la 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 la.
Leg drops. Come on, last one. Let's go. Stay with it.
Everybody's singing la 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 la. And now the bells are ringing la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Take a break. My peeps at home. Nice work today. My peeps in class. Nice job. Nice work. Who says you need cardio to make it tough? Yeah. Nice work, y'all.
It goes around the world just la 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 la.
Huh?
It's all around the world, just la 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 la.
That's
And
right.
everybody's singing la 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 la. And now the bells are ringing la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
If you notice any black streaks on the ground, will help facilities wipe those up. As you're cleaning up, starting to work on slowing that breathing down into the nose, out through the mouth. And once you're ready, we'll start with those deeper breaths. Go and find your own breathing right here. Don't have to match mine. Don't have to match your neighbors. Let your body tell you how much air it needs. On that next exhale, bring the right arm across, keeping that right scapula back and down. Through all these stretches, keeping that slight brace posture, keeping those breaths stretching a little further on each exhale. When you're ready, go and release. Switch over that opposite side. Exhale, release. Pulling the first arm behind, grabbing that elbow, shoulder blades staying back and down, chest up and open. And try to work to getting those elbows so they're close to stacked. Elbows over shoulders, over hips, over ankles. When you're ready, go and release, switch over. Opposite side. When you're ready, go and release. Hands come behind the back. Interlock those fingers, shoulder blades back and down, chest up and open. I'm going to roll the head and neck. When you're ready, go and release. Inhale up and in. On that exhale, dropping down into that full floor squat. Working on trying to keep those heels down. To readjust as you need. Once you're there, remember sit up tall. Go on additional inner thigh stretch, elbows inside knees, palms together. Press those palms down. Feel free to always keep a little bit of movement. Feel a little bit of movement in that hip. knees, extending those arms out in front, keeping those hips high for that puppy pose. Stretching through those lats, that back, letting that chest collapse down to the floor. If you want to increase that stretch a little bit, you can bring those hands back behind the head. Go and release those hands. We're just going to take a wide stance on the mat, dropping under that full child's pose. And once you're ready, we're going to walk those hands over to the left, stretching that right side body, that right lat. Back to center, walking those hands over to that opposite side, stretching the left side body. Remember, we don't want to go into pain, just the edge of discomfort, that edge of tension. Go and bring those hands back to center. You can walk yourself back up. And we're going to go into a seated position next. Feet coming out front. From here, go and tuck that back ankle up towards the hip, leaning back onto that opposite elbow, looking for that stretch through that quad. As that muscle relaxes, you can slowly take yourself deeper into that stretch. Always remember to make every third or fourth inhale a little bit deeper. Find where you're holding that tension. That'll tell you, and then breathe it out. Slowly bring yourself back up out of the stretch. Kick that foot forward. Bring that opposite ankle and foot to the hip, leaning onto that opposite elbow. Keeping that knee down in front. Stretch. Feel free to take your time coming back to standing. We're going to go ahead and finish with those last breaths. So we're running out of time. Be sure to get your own chest stretch in later tonight after class. We're going to finish with those breaths. Inhaling into the nose on the way up, out to the mouth on the way down. These last 3 breaths. Thank you to yourself for showing up today, giving your body a little bit of love, a little bit of movement, and pushing yourself a little bit. Nice work today, everybody. Good job. Matthew LD, nice job on there. The rest of you online, nice work. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want updates as they come through. And for everybody, don't forget your homework, good solid dinner, drink lots of water, at least those 6 hours of sleep. Get some chest stretches in today. With that, have a nice night. See you Wednesday.